Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome back to the MrMaple Show, guys. I'm Matt. Today we're on location at Buckholtz Nursery. I want to show you around a little bit of what we're working on here. We're gonna go through one of our 1-gallon houses. Been doing a lot of nursery tours here, kind of showing you some different stuff. This one's a pretty fun house. We'll go through and check out some of the different 1-gallons that are in different stages here. So some things aren't quite ready, so the sizes might not be as big as a true 1-gallon, but there's a lot of really cool plants in this greenhouse. Come along with me, let's check it out here on the MrMaple Show. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe here to our channel. Talk about Japanese maples every single day, every 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You know, at Christmas, people are like, is there gonna be a video come out? Yes. We have a full team here making content for you guys, and I'm excited to show you what we're working on. If you like that kind of thing, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's go around and check some cool plants out, guys. You know, this one you've seen before, but I'm loving the color. We're here in late June when I'm filming this. Check out these Orangeolas over here. Just in some 1-gallons, but I love how these separate out a little bit right now. You can kind of see how Orangeola will get the interesting leaf color to it, where it gets the greener, older growth, and then some of that pink, red, orangey hued new growth over top of it. It's actually my favorite stage for Orangeola when it starts to separate out a little bit. I love how it contrasts with itself. Absolutely stunner of a plant. All right, now you're gonna see a bunch of these because we do a bunch of them in our farm. It is very popular, guys. I love Peve Starfish, Piet Vergelt introduction from Holland. Now, I wanna show you these because they have a little bit more flat growth. So if you get a little bit more flat growth in the summer, don't be afraid of that. Don't cut it out. That's very common for this one. I've never seen Peve Starfish revert. When they get some fertilizer and they get some growth, especially on juvenile plants, it's not uncommon for that growth to get bigger. They're actually not their flatter stage. Here in August, you'll see a lot more flat growth on this, but fret not, it's gonna come back with that curled look, so no need to prune that out. Absolutely love this one. It's got that starfish shaped foliage to it. And I think this tree is so underrated for fall color. It's one of the best pink reds in the fall. Absolutely shows out and glows. So a tree I think a lot more people should be growing because it fits into that 6 to 8 foot range in the landscape a lot. But it also gives you a totally different aesthetic than most upright reds. It's like a more well-behaved Trompenberg with more defined foliage to it for me. A lot of people can put that 6 to 8 foot range in a container or in the ground and have a lot of good purpose for it. So check out Peve Starfish. I'll show you a lot of trees here today. Not all of them will be available on MrMaple right now. You can always sign up to get notified when they're back in stock. They'll probably be hitting our 10 at 10s if they're not on there already. So come on up here and check this out. There's some different ones. I actually did a walkthrough. I showed you some of the bigger Divas, but a lot of people have been waiting on Diva. I love this one. It's one of town's, I would say, semi-newer introductions. This one came out around the same time as like the New Ghost, if you're familiar with those. Diva gets a purple border to it, and it's a big leaf. Really shows out in the landscape. You know, Town said it was a total diva is why he gave it that name. Really a fun plant to be growing. There's a ton in here, so I can't show you every single thing, but this one is going to be part of our cold tolerant series. Right now, the current working name on it is Arctic Desire. It may flip to a different name, so don't get too tied into that name. I don't think we're going to keep the Arctic on most of these. I like this one for the kind of mauve new growth it gets. This is a hybrid with Acer Pseudosubaldianum, so it's going to be one of those more cold tolerant trees for the folks in Zone 4. Which they're always looking for. We just had the Conifer Society here yesterday when I'm filming this, and a lot of folks coming in from some Zone 4s were really fired up about some of our more cold tolerant series. One part of that will probably be releasing this calendar year. We're still separating out which ones are going to be that initial series. Some really cool stuff. Now guys, come in here and check this color out because it's showing out. These are Plum Wine. This is a Shirasam likely hybrid that Talon Buckholtz introduced and named here at the farm. Now, in the spring, it is a plum color. I mean, you check out these plums, they're awesome. But right now, you get more of a separation on the color. So you get some of that green veining going on. I think this tree is underrated. I absolutely love the big Shirasam style leaves it gets, so a big developed foliage to it. Really a cool plant. And again, this was more of a dark plum color early, but I think this stage right now is an absolute showstopper. I mean, that pink in there over that red and that green, you get so much contrast. Imagine pairing this with your Moonrise. Just an absolute beauty. Bronze Age would be fun with this one. You know, Bronze Age, probably the more popular of the Shirasams that Talon named from this era. Don't sleep on Plum Wine. I think it is next level. And for those Shirasam purists, it's got more of that full leaf. So it's got more of what you want to pair with something like Arium, that big Arium shaped leaf. Absolutely love it. So many trees here are looking great. We've got a little row here of Gossamer, guys. Gossamer, a fun one, slow growing, kind of the lace leaf Japonicum. You know, introduction by Red Maple Nurseries. Got that heavily dissected growth. Absolute beauty. Gets some great fall color too. I mean, if you watch our videos, you've heard me say there's nothing awesomer than a Gossamer in fall color. And this one does it, guys. It's got some really fun reds and yellows in the fall, but it also gives you that smaller, compact tree, typically a 3x3, even in 10 years. So it makes a great small container garden, fairy garden plant. These linerlobums here beside me are Red Spider. Good color on that, kind of a pink red as you can see. And man, are they popping next to these Hot Blondes. Love Hot Blonde. I love the pinkish new growth you can get on this one. Guys, in the hotter zones, Hot Blonde is going to take off even faster, put on a foot to a foot and a half of growth a year. Another pink red fall color on this one. I think this and Peve Starfish are really underrated for their fall colors. Very similar. Both are more of a pink red, which I think make them absolutely glow. Guys, check out this sea of Jerre Schwartz over here. One of the reasons I want to show you these is because much like that Orangeola, they're starting to get a little separation. Some greener, older growth, pink on top. That pink growth on top really pops. This is another introduction by Red Maple Nurseries. Love that color on there. Nice, well-behaved broom too. It's tight, it's dense. It's got that Matt Samuri almost leaf, so it's heavily divided. And it grows more small and columnar overall, so the tree doesn't get gigantic. So pretty cool small narrow habit to it. These are Acer Japonicum Oasisami, another big leaf form. If you like Mikazuki, it's going to give you a lot of those kind of vibes, but with a bigger leaf. And since you're going to ask, it is next to Acer Pseudosubuldianum Arctic Sun. Again, maybe a working name, but look at that dark color on this, guys, for a Acer Pseudosubuldianum. One of the darkest I've seen. We'll still be trialing this in some cold tolerant areas to see how that holds up, but I've been very impressed with that. So many great plants. Let's keep going through this greenhouse. I could stand here all day at just a few of them. These are Ariadne. Again, kind of the summer colorations here, guys. You see that new growth? This is a reticulated form from Esfeld Nursery. So our friends over at Esfeld Plantinium. Cor Van Gelderen named this for one of his daughters. So cool going to Esfeld. Every time I met a new family member, I say, hey, I have the tree named after you. I have the tree named after you. But awesome. And Ariadne, just an all-around great plant. And I think underrated summer interest as well. These are Red Cloud, guys. Red Cloud, really old introduction, really cool. Another linerlobum with some pink red new growth. I love linerlobums for that bamboo-like aesthetic they bring to the garden. I love how in some of these greenhouses they'll actually contrast with colors as they're separating them out. I mean, here you see some Ariums next door, and they're just playing off those red clouds so well. Beside that, some strawberry spring in here. So yeah, you want some color contrast, plenty in Arium and a strawberry spring, one of those new ghosts. It ain't spring at all, but they are still very much a beautiful color. Reticulated, one of the new ghosts with some tons of interest going on this one. Strawberry spring, I think, is an absolute winner of a plant. It's a sister ghost seedling that was found here by Talon Buckholtz. And yeah, it absolutely brings it for color. Guy Merlot says that this and Celebration could be Talon's best introductions ever. And you can see the contrast going on. Here we have some Peridot Flame, which is a fun, lush green with a big leaf to it. What I like about Peridot Flame is the fall colors. You can get some real yellows to golden orange on this one in the fall. Large leaf, Just a beautiful tree, very refined leaf to it. I like how large it is. Might get you in trouble with the ATF here, I don't know, but it's a cool looking plant. Maybe not in Oregon, we're in Oregon, so you're fine. But awesome looking plant, guys. You're gonna love this one. Great fall colors too. All right, you want interest, guys? Here's some Magic Moons. They are mooning. This is a tree I named, but we found this from our friend Jonathan Savage, who actually found the original seedling and got it to us. It's a fun one. It's a Shirasam with some variegation to it. Get some crazy malting to it. I love that kind of curl. It makes it a fun pairing, especially with something, you know, more flat, but you can go crazy with it too and put this next to Purple Curl. Really an absolute winner of a plant though. Mikazuki, Talon Buckholt staple here, the Crescent Moon. His first reticulated one that he didn't put the Ghost series name on. So Mikazuki always a winner as well. We've got a big one here in the garden we've showed you guys, but I love that one. Even late in the season right now, just looking phenomenal. Some eritamas through here. Check out those eritamas. I think some good color going on in those right now as well. Nice broom, tight, well-behaved. Great container plant. A lot of pink new growth. And again, this time of the year, you get that greener, older growth, especially in some shade. Skeeter's Groom's great, especially if you like Twombly, but you want something that gets just slightly wider. It's columnar, but it's almost more narrow. It makes a thicker style of Twomblies. Introduction by Skeeter Rod. More of an upright broom, though. You're going to get that broom characteristic to it, but then a larger overall tree. You know, typically that 10 to 12 foot kind of range. So comparable to Fireglow, but much more narrow as it grows. All right, guys, we work heavily on getting the Talon Buckholtz intros out to you here. So we work always on that Floral Wonder collection. This one is another one I find to be criminally underrated. This is Acer Palmatum Festival. Now, Festival's cool in the summer. It's got a big leaf. This one in the fall will absolutely blow you away. It has fiery yellows, reds, and oranges all in that big leaf at the same time. One of the best fall color maples out there. Contrast with everything in the fall because of all that yellow going on and red and orange. It is an absolute blaze in the fall. We're bringing them back. It hadn't been one we've had a lot of. Festival though, super popular. Nice leaf shape to it too. I mean, it almost has a, you know, heavily divided leaf, but a little more snowflake shaped leaf to it. All right, y'all, over here I'm standing in a sea of Jubilee, another great pink new ghost. This one's a reticulated form. Got that pink blaze going on. Now, Jubilee separates itself out. It tends to be more multi-stemmed, so a dense plant with a lot of growth going on. Even here in June, it's still showing out with color. A lot of pink, a lot of white, older growth to this one. Love the new growth displays on this. This is a fun pairing with something like Firefly if you're growing Firefly Flummus. This is another one you could just stare at. It changes kind of every single week. I have a nice one in my front garden at my house. I absolutely love it. Big planting here, but big grouping of 1 gallon pumpkins. Great plant, very durable, deep colors to it, deep bark as well. Another Lunar Lobulum. Named for the curator at Chilipo Arboretum. Awesome, compact, a little bit smaller than some of the other upright Lunar Lobulums, but really stands out. I talk about this one a lot, but I keep trying to get it in your top 5s. Guys, check out the color on Black Lace. I love it. It's one of the darkest out there. I mean, these are absolutely black right now with burgundy new growth. I think they're standouts. Such a cool plant. Black Lace, absolutely showing out. Some fun things back here. We'll kind of close out with this and what's behind me back here, guys. New one from Europe. You guys are growing it probably from us, but I love the color, especially in the summer. This one changes a ton too. This is Acer X Mystic Jewel. Now, Mystic Jewel, probably a Olivieranum hybrid. We're not 100% sure. We'd have to do some genetic testing on it. It certainly has some pieces that remind me of Hot Blonde in the growth and the overall color. We list this one as a zone 7 and up. Really fun colors. I've had seasons where this came out more of a yellow and then went to that weird lavendery color. Often this time of the year, like again, this is in June when I'm filming this, they'll get this green growth with this nice pink and even yellow new growth on top of them. Another one of those trees that changes every single season. So some people will get this one in and they'll say, I think mine's wrong, it's not lavender. It just keeps changing. You'll get some lavender shades on it in the summer too on new growth. It's a weird one, but I love it. Now, let's come over here and check out this big block here of 2 things where I'll close out, guys. First off, we've got Acer Palmatum Kryptonite in here. Kryptonite, of course, a variegated sport found on Makawa Yetsubusa. Absolutely glows. Fun compact tree, more of a 3 foot by 3 foot tree, even in 10 years. For me, so far, the most refined of the variegated Makawas for me. I love the way this one behaves. I like the color on it. I like the serration of the leaf. I think everything about this is really next level. Always working to bring this one back. I think it's my favorite variegated Makawa so far. A few new ones we're working on, so we'll see if it still holds that title. And guys, right here next to it, while you're hidden in there, I'll go ahead and show you. These are Daddy's Girl. I've got a tree named after my oldest daughter, Carolina. That was Pink Princess. And when we bought Buckholtz Farm, there was an older seedling here at the farm Talon had in a 25-gallon container, guys. I fell in love with it. Had to name a tree for my second daughter, Tinsley. And of course, it became Daddy's Girl. A lot of you guys are waiting on this one. Daddy's Girl is so impressive because of that foliage size, guys. I'm gonna put my mitt in here for them. Check that out. It's tiny foliage, tiny pink new growth. They get even a more intense peak in the early spring, but so small a growth for a Reno Nishiki style variegation. It's tiny and it absolutely pops. It's more of a dense, small tree. I love Daddy's Girl. It's something we're working to make available. It's kind of the Area 51X Flora Wonder collection. It was found here at Buckholtz by Buckholtz. I put the name on it. We love it. It's an absolute beauty of a tree. Guys, I hope you like this quick walkthrough I did of this giant house of 1 gallons. We've got a lot of 1 gallons going on here. We love walking around talking about maples with you guys and kind of sharing our passion for them. Again, if you like that kind of thing, share our channel with your gardening friends. It's the best way for people to find out about us. Make sure to subscribe. And if you see something here today that's not on our website, sign up to get notified. We'll bring it back in stock. Our goal is never to take the cool plants and to hoard them from you guys. It's to make them available. So we're always taking stuff here, getting it back at that 10 at 10 on Mr. Maple. So if something's not there yet, I promise you it's coming, guys. Thanks for watching today. Take care. God bless and have yourself an awesome day.